Ah, good to be back. All right. Hey, this is Marcus here on Nights and Weekends. Hey, this might be a pretty quick video. Who knows? I have to hurry up and record before I got stuff I got to do here at my house. But this is about the whole student loan repayment stuff. I'm actually very happy that you do have to repay it. It's not I'm sitting there dancing on someone's grave like, ha ha ha, you have to pay it. But if we as a society actually, I don't know, want to be able to balance the federal checkbook and be able to pay for things like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, defense, et cetera, we can't always just say to ourselves, you know what? Let's just write it off. Because at the end of the day, you can print up essentially an infinite amount of money, but you cannot print up an infinite amount of product stuff that we actually use on a day in, day out basis. So I am going to hop right on in and I'm going to do a quick video review. I had taken some stuff from Walk, Don't Run, because I do not have TikTok. It's a cesspool over there, much like Reddit. But anyway, I'm going to react to just a few things that these people were saying in the video. So without further ado, Ed and Marcus, he's going to cut some stuff out, but we got it. Let's go.
Drop the student loan bomb. The federal government just announced that it's coming for your loans, and collections begin May 5th for student loans.
Pause. They're coming for your loans. We have those loans from the federal government because that is what we decided to do. Okay. They're not coming for your loans. They're asking you to actually repay back the money that you took out willingly.
If you're in default, they can garnish your wages. They can take your tax return, and they can even take like your benefits like Social Security. And if you still can't pay it and you default, they're going to send you to collect.
You heard that correctly. Student.
Yes, they will send you to collections. And again, this sucks, but you took it out. Okay.
Will see Social Security checks, tax refund disappear over defaulted debt. The Trump administration don't give a damn about the millions of Americans who are currently behind on their student loan following the end of the pandemic and all the changes to the loan system.
I went ahead and I looked this up, by the way. There's about 5 million some not people who are in default. We're going to get to that a little bit later in this video.
That we're in a recession? Are we forgetting that the pandemic is still happening? Like, we're still in a pandemic, COVID.
She said we're still in the pandemic. I swear to God, this is probably a person that goes out with the mask on still in 2025. Okay. Like, we are not in the pandemic anymore. And are we in a recession? I think that we are, but that's just me and a few other people. But let us go on ahead and finish up with this person.
Disappear, and that the 5 years that has happened where there was like forgiveness and pause, whatever, that it just was a fun time.
Behooves me, right? Donald Trump and his administration approved a lot of people getting PPP loans with millions of dollars that forgave them. Not chastising them, saying to repay their loans back.
They're a Republican.
By the way, hold up. I'm sorry. These are probably the same assholes. See, I can curse because my aunt doesn't watch my videos. I'm too toxic. These are probably the same assholes who wanted the damn lockdowns. And also at the time, we can even look at American savings rate. It's absolutely pathetic. These are the same people who, if we had shut down with no PPP loans, they would have been like, where are we going to get the money from? So you can't have it both ways, bro.
Congress people who owed millions of dollars to the government in the form of PPP loans. But yet he's shaking you down instead.
PPP loans.
He isn't shaking. They're not shaking you down.
Great example.
In a catch me if you can game with them student loans.
This is now this. Okay, so we got the PPP loan angle, which is stupid. Okay. Those loans were given out with essentially the explicit saying that you're going to have to keep these people on blah, 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 or else you would have to pay it back. Again, me, since I've been, the person I am, I was against the lockdowns completely from day one because it was stupid. Okay. We blew a whole lot of money. We got nothing in return. The vaccine at the time was said to be over a decade away. No. This is going to be a COVID video. But anyway, this woman is also a major problem.
For a very long time. So I'm still going to continue to play that same game after May 5th. I don't know who these people think they are trying to take.
They freaking gave you the money, broad. What the hell are you talking about?
For a degree? Like, I'd understand if I owed something for something serious. A degree? You want me to pay you for me being an educated, upstanding individual in the society? I need to now pay you because I'm intelligent and a great civilian? Please.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it.
This is the same person, by the way. Okay? This is the exact same person.
I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
It's coming tomorrow. Our tax is coming tomorrow. Baby, we rich.
2 months later.
I owe about 150.
I swear to God, Marcus, Cutter, and Kevin Samuels talking about those goddamn bonnets. Take that shit off.
Let me tell you, if you don't get your ass in bed, you know you got to open at Hardee's in the morning. You know you got to open at Hardee's in the morning. Shit, you got to make the salads and the biscuits.
2,000 in student loans. I got 2 degrees. I got a bachelor's in biology and I got a master's in secondary education with an endorsement in clinical mental health counseling, right? After being out of school for 4 years, you mean to tell me y'all finna garnish my check? Them loans been in deferment for 4 years, and I plan on keeping them in deferment. I ain't got it.
So as we can see, there are a whole lot of folks, they say that they aren't going to pay it back. Everybody else can pretty much go to absolute hell, right? The problem that I have with this as somebody who paid off his student loan, and I'm not going to, you know what, screw it. We're going to give you a quick rundown. I graduated high school back in 1999. Great years. I had the option of going to a really expensive state school. I chose to take a year off because even then, even young 18-year-old Marcus understood at the end of the day, stuff costs money, okay? Stuff costs a lot of money, and you can't just borrow it and think, fuck it, let's just do whatever, okay? So I took a pause on that. I went to community college. My father paid probably $4,000 for me to go to community college for 2 years. It was very cheap. And then went to CSU, where I finished up my degree in a useless humanities degree called political science, because I thought I was going to go be a lawyer. If I can go back in time, I would have went to school for truck driving, plumbing, or electrician and make even more money than what I make now as a truck driver. But I got out of school with about $14,000 worth of student loan debt because I didn't live on campus. I thought that was also stupid. If you live in town, why would I dare live on campus? That makes no sense. I also, just essentially did not go off to an expensive school. And also, I'm part of that group of people who have a degree who aren't working in their field because I'm about the money. Okay. At the end of the day, it's about the money, and it's about not being stuck in your field if it doesn't pay any money. Okay. So I got out, pay that off. My student loan every month was about $90. Paid it off, I believe, in like 10 or so years. And I'm sorry, I had the option to go off and bury myself in student loan debt. I said, hell no, that isn't going to happen. So I'm going to, since I always got to try to provide a little bit of stuff here, let's go here. So as we can see here, the student loan debt is about 1.6, might as well just say 1. Oh, shit, this thing says here $1.77 trillion. Okay. This is from the Education Data Initiative. And then we can go to PBS. As we can see here, the Education Department will begin collections next month on student loans that are in default, including the garnishing of wages for potentially millions of borrowers. Officials said Monday, that was April 20th or 21st. Currently, roughly 5.3 million borrowers are in default on their student loans. Now, you have to ask why, okay? You have to kind of ask why. So this is a very fun thing. This is from the National Center for Educational Statistics. Now, as a person who has a degree upstairs or at my mama's house, I don't know, is collecting dust. Complete waste of money, at least for my field, not for my kid's field. He's going to school to be a computer scientist, and one of them is in IT. So they have useful degrees. I have the dumb degree. But let us look here. You would ask yourself, why can't these people afford to pay it back, right? So as we can see here, this is the number of associate's degrees conferred by degree granting post-secondary institutions in selected fields from 2011 through 2021. Liberal arts and sciences, general studies and humanities. We're graduating essentially 400,000 people a year with useless bullshit degrees. Okay. These people are in health careers. So these are your STNAs, your nurses, blah, blah, blah. We're getting about half as many of those people. Business degrees, which I'm going to say this, honestly, it was an old saying that essentially you don't need a business degree to open up a business. So I would probably lump this into the maybe useless category. These are all associates, 140 something 9,000. Now, these are the real degrees. These are the ones that, allow modern life to be lived. Engineering degrees, 50,000. Computer, 30 to 40,000, 30,000. And then these are your Homeland Security, law enforcement. These are the people who actually help maintain the peace, 40,000. Now, those are associates. Now, let's go down to bachelors. Okay. These are the bachelor degrees every year. So about about 250,000 people get health professions. Social sciences, I'm in that category. Okay. About 150,000. Biological and biomedical, about 130,000. Engineering, about 123,000. And the most worthless of all, psychology, about 129,000. That is why a lot of these people can't pay back their loans, because they have bullshit degrees. Sorry to tell you, as somebody who has it, I can say I'm in the same category. Okay. And then also, just lastly here, the direct loans were supposed to generate billions of dollars for the government, but it has cost the government, the federal government. So this is from the General Accounting Office, the GAO. That in Marcus is actually called the Government Accountability Office. Okay, before anybody's like, he doesn't even know what it means. I actually do know what it means. It's just that sometimes when you're in a rush, you kind of mess around and you mess up. That's it. Back to the video. Here we go. Although the Department of Education originally estimated federal direct loans made in the last 25 years would generate billions in income for the federal government, its current estimates show that these loans will cost the government billions. Okay. Although actual costs cannot be known until the end of the loan terms, as of the fiscal year 2021, these loans were estimated to cost the federal government $197 billion. This swing of $311 billion was driven both by programmatic changes, and by re-estimating using revised assumptions, economic factors, loan performance as additional data became available. So this has gone from a situation that was going to potentially give the government billions of dollars to a thing that now costs the taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars. And at the end of the day, y'all, okay, I'm sorry, you took the loan out, you have to pay it back. And this type of behavior wouldn't have been acceptable 80, 90 years ago. Again, when people actually lived harder, shorter, rougher lives, they always weren't looking for an escape valve to say that they shouldn't have to pay for something. And the story of the Cinderella man, when he got federal assistance, he actually went back to try to pay back the money that he had received. People today would be like, you out your goddamn mind. I'm not giving back nothing. Okay. If we write this off as a society, we just write it off and we say, hey, you know what? You don't have to pay back anything. Essentially, we can do that with anything. Meaning, when those bills come due for Social Security, in the younger generation, the people younger than me as an older millennial are going to get that bill and be like, shit, I ain't paying it. You can kiss my ass. I ain't paying it. It is what it is. Okay. And they're going to outnumber the older boomers and Gen Xers who are on Social Security. So I'm sorry. You took the loan out. You're going to have to pay it back. This isn't a dancing on anybody's grave or anything like that, but it's good to be back. Do a weight loss thing update here in a minute. I got on that Ozempic for the last 6 pounds because now I'm down to 209. Trying to look, sexy or whatever. I'll see y'all in a week. By the way, I lost 34 pounds. Doing it the good old fashioned way. And now I don't have to, I'm choosing to get on the Ozempic stuff so I can get the last 30 pounds off. So my heart doctor can, with his fat ass, he can't look at me and be like, Marcus, I had told you to do such and such and you didn't do it. And then when I go see him, he can be like, you did it. And I'll be like, yeah, now I did it. How about you do it? All right. So I'll see you in a week. Bye.